Okay, another video. Welcome to be back here. Oh my God, what can we learn today in listening to our beloved group of males, the Mexican American males? Oh my God, of all, especially the ones from Southern California, my favorite group of them all. What can we learn today from these so-called Mexican American males? Because after all, they are still Americans. Because we all have to listen to Americans because they're the voice of reason. Oh yes. Let's hear a good look here.
How are you going to sit here and say, I love my country, Mexico, Mexico, la raza, we're Mexicans. Okay, you're deported. No, you're heartless, we don't want to go back. See, that lack of logic, once again, is exactly why in a large, and this is where you Mexicans are fucking up, okay? Lots of blacks are starting to realize, and they're being told, because see, guys like me, people that actually debate and dialogue and go, listen, if you're black, the Mexican population is growing a lot faster than yours is. So when you try to say pretty soon everybody's going to be brown and black, no, they're going to be brown. So there's starting to be a lot of red-pilled YouTubers out there that are conservative, that are going, no, illegal immigration is not good for us, it's good for them. And going back to dumbfuck Vicente Fox, he makes a video saying how he wants to run for president. He keeps talking shit about Trump. And in all his videos, he's cussing, he's using foul language. Once again, this is why nobody likes Mexicans. And for those of you guys who say, oh, Vicente Fox doesn't represent Mexico, of course he does. He's their former president. You don't see the current president of Mexico saying, I've seen videos of our former president saying things about Donald Trump. While I disagree with the way he uses his language, that he hasn't said anything about it.
This is why the link will be down below. Please, by all means, do watch the rest of this video. And this is why I have nowhere to begin on just unbelievable stuff. Well, I don't. Well, of course, it's look at these Mexicans waving the Mexican flag and saying La Raza and how hypocritical, illogical thinking. Okay, I'm not. Look, let's start right here. Let's be honest when we have to say this. A lot of the Mexicans who come to the United States, let's be honest, they're not that intelligent. They're literally like people from the rural parts of Mexico. They're really poor. A lot of them are illiterates. And we know this. Anyone in Mexico will tell you this, that most of the Mexicans who come to the United States are not educated. And this is a serious problem, because when you have groups of people that are not educated, it's not the fact they can't conform or anything. It's the fact that they could be easily be manipulated. And in this case, they're being manipulated to be what you call Democrats, or follow Chicano studies and be programmed into believing, because this is their new form of Mexican culture, which really is not Mexican culture. Every time when I say wave the Mexican flag and La Raza and all that stuff, those kids that are saying that stuff are not really Mexicans. Any of these people waving the Mexican flag saying we're going to take our land back, that's a lie. No one in Mexico is trying to take over California or Texas. That's not the case. That is just false propaganda. All these Chicano studies, La Raza, those are all USA think tanks. That's all USA programming. La Raza does not even exist in Mexico. So I know when those kids waving those Mexican flags, they're not really Mexicans, which I have to agree. It doesn't make any sense. But see, here's the problem when he starts saying this stuff. Because, this is the problem when we have to break it down. No, when he starts saying about the blacks, and then see a lot of red pills going on because these conservatives, Mexicans, this is why no one likes you. Listen, no one asked if you like Mexicans or not. And what I mean by that, when people tell me, well, I don't like Mexicans. Okay, you don't talk to them. Guess what? Don't talk to them. Don't go near them. Don't go to Mexico. Go somewhere else. No one's asking if you like us or not. I don't care. I don't care if you like us. That's your choice. But my problem is this. When you're lying to people, like this guy is doing, when you're basing everything off of false information and pushing that as true, that's called propaganda. I'm sorry, man. Oh, but look at the blacks. See, if they don't realize that there's if they allow more Mexicans than there are more blacks, there's less blacks. And first of all, I don't know where to begin with this guy. You do realize Mexicans going to the United States has declined since the year 2000. Go look it up. Less Mexicans are coming to the United States in the last decade than it is previous decades. They're not coming in droves anymore. They're not. Or maybe, just maybe, you assume anyone that crosses the border is Mexican. See, this is why I know a lot in the USA media, especially in the far right, in the far left, regardless of, it's just two retards battling out, the left wing, the right wing, because it's the same thing to me. It's just the same paradox. It's the same thing. I mean, Americans are not smart people. They're not intelligent people, by the way, because they can't see the difference. But when I watch news outside the United States, because I do watch stuff or read articles outside the United States, if you actually look at what's going on in Mexico, and this is a fact, in the last 7-8 years, more non-Mexicans have been crossing over the USA-Mexico border than actual Mexicans. That's a fact. It's pretty well documented what's happening from other countries that basically are seeing what's happening. But the problem is in the United States, anyone that crosses the border or seem to cross the border is automatically lumped as Mexican. And how do I know this? Is because the way you guys talk. I know this for a fact because you can't tell the difference between a Mexican or a Guatemalan. You can't tell the difference between a Guatemalan or an Ecuadorian. You can't do it. And the reason why you can't do it is because the fact is a lot of you guys do not want to understand or tell the difference of who's coming in and out. Now, I do agree the fact that there should be some border security. That's a fact. But when you're lying and you're telling people that, oh, it will benefit, I said, first of all, illegal immigration does not benefit anybody but the human traffickers and the mafia and the criminals and the big corporations. That's what it benefits towards. It doesn't benefit anyone else besides those people. That's the reality of the situation here. That's why, for me personally, I don't agree with legal immigration. Okay? But I don't agree with it because of those reasons. Not the way Americans do, it drains taxpayers' dollars and all that stuff. No, that's bullshit. You guys have enough money to fund 7 countries at the same time with your taxpayers' money. You guys got money. You guys got to have money already. It's not a big deal. That being said, let me start off and just be amazed by this. Oh, the African American community, we're being horrible by the illegal immigration. Okay, again, this is a big problem here. Let me start by saying this to Black Americans, especially the ones in California. Your communities have always been a shithole before these immigrants came. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Mexican, Latino areas in California are complete shitholes too. But when you go to Crenshaw, you go to all the other predominantly Afro-American areas, it's been a shithole. It's always been a shithole. Just like in the Midwest, you go to those mountain areas in the Appalachians, those areas have always been a shithole. In the last 50 years, it's always been a shithole. And the thing is what I don't like is when people are lying. You cannot sit there and say, well, more Mexicans are coming. Less Mexicans are coming to the United States, sir. And now, here's what I have an issue with. Vicente Fox. And this guy's talking about, well, the current president of Mexico, and he goes around saying, I'm Mexican. Say the name, bro. Nieto. The current president is Nieto. Now he starts saying, I don't see the president criticizing what the way Trump. Yes, he has. Yes, he has actually. He has criticized how Trump acts and behaves. He has said that. Now, how do I know that? Is because I actually watch news in Mexico. I listen to what's going on in Mexico. I listen to what's going on in other countries in Latin America. You hear what they're saying. A lot of presidents and a lot of officials in these other countries have issues the way Trump is saying things in these countries. You don't know that. You know why you don't know that? Because it's more likely the fact that you're an American, you only listen to things in a USA point of view. I know you do. Because how can you say that when a couple months ago he actually did criticize Trump's mannerisms? I need this guy to say, I'm Mexican, I'm a person of color. When he said I'm a person of color, you know immediately that this guy's American. No Mexican from Mexico ever says people of color. It's a stupid term. It's a stupid USA term. And then he talks about Vicente Fox. They don't represent us. Well, of course, Mexicans. This is why no one likes you. Because Vicente Fox was your former president. No, you're not getting this. See, this is why I know he's not Mexican. In Mexico, no one likes Vicente Fox. The man is hated. No one likes him because he's a hypocrite. That's why a lot of people are upset with Vicente Fox. When Vicente Fox went to Venezuela, many Mexicans were pissed off and angry and told Venezuela, get this guy out of here. He's a con artist. A lot of Mexicans don't like him. In fact, he had a statue in Mexico, and the locals tore it down. Vicente Fox is hated. No one likes this guy. He's a hypocrite. And yet, I'm so stunned. Why in the world is Vicente Fox getting interviews from CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC? Why are they allowing Vicente Fox to go all around the USA media and talking and representing us when in Mexico, no one likes the guy? That's why the Mexicans say he doesn't represent us. It's because of his policies are hypocritical. It actually affected and damaged what's going on in Mexico. That's why no one likes him. Now, how do I know that? It's because I know that because I have families that are living down there, and I've talked to them, and I've lived down during that time as well. You don't. That's why I know that you're not really Mexican, because you don't know what you're talking about. Go talk to any Mexican in Mexico about Vicente Fox. They'll say he's a crook. They'll say he's a hypocrite. They'll say all this stuff, and we're all amazed at why is the USA press giving this guy airtime when no one in Mexico likes Vicente Fox? This is the problem. Why I have to say, well, see, this is why no one likes Mexicans. This is why no one likes Mexicans. This is why. Okay, first of all, why do you care? I don't care if people like this or not. You don't have to support DACA. No one is forcing you guys to support DACA. If you don't like DACA, that is DACA. That's fine by me. Don't join her. By the way, I've been to the rallies. By the way, I kind of a little bit agree. It's a little bit stupid. But I also been to Trump rallies. I also been to Black Lives Matter rallies. All of it's stupid. Americans can't rally for nothing. That's the reason why if there's ever a revolution, it's not coming to the United States. They're just too Americans are just too dumbed down to do anything at this point. The fact that this guy's talking, and I'm hearing him talk, I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy really is stupid. Because I'm going to show you another clip that he talks about. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you something now.
English is the universal language, the language that is spoken the most throughout the whole world. It is our primary language in the United States. And to sit here and teach, you can't tell a Mexican or a Latino to learn how to speak English because you're being racist. English is the universal language, the language that is spoken the most throughout the whole world. It is our primary language in the United States.
I don't know where this got. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. English is. Are you not? You okay? You do realize the most spoken language in the world is Chinese Mandarin. Do you know who's number 2 in the world? Spanish. Go look it up. Go look. Type in on Google most. Type in the most language spoken in the world. Type that up. You know who's second, sir? Spanish. There are more Spanish speakers than there's English speakers. And the reason why no one's forcing these people to learn English is because English is not an official language. I thought you were a conservative. I thought that we had to go by the laws. Please show me in the law book, sir, where it says English is an official language where we have to learn. You can't do that. Oh, but English is the most universal. No, it's not. There are more Spanish-speaking people than there's English-speaking people. You're just lying. You're lying. That's what you're doing. You're just lying, period. I keep trying to tell people about Mexican Americans, man, especially from California. They're not smart people. And I'm sorry that they're my descendants. I understand that. I understand people have an issue with the migrants too. I understand that, but a lot of these Mexican American kids, especially from California, Southern California especially, they're dumb. They're dumb. I mean, the logic coming from this dude is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.